Welcome to Module 1, Part 5. In this section, we're going to talk a little bit about live reporting and live tweeting an event as it's unfolding. So one thing to keep in mind when you are live tweeting an event is it's probably a good idea to turn on the geotags of your social media tool. Now you have the ability to do this in Twitter. You can also do it in Facebook a lot of times, and you'll see this too. You're usually notified that'll say, do you want to turn on your location tags or geotags? Different social media call it different things, but basically what it is, it's the tool that will allow you to that identifies where you are, like where you're tweeting, where you're Facebooking from. It's kind of like when you check into a place online. And when you geotag, one of the reasons that this is important if you're live tweeting an event is it shows your followers and your readers that you are actually there. You are actually there watching an event unfold. It could be that you are live tweeting at the Grammys, and so that's where things like geotags come into play. It could also be perhaps you're at a press conference. You might be at a press conference away from home, and so you want to turn on your geotags and publicize that you are there, and that's a good idea to do when you are live tweeting and live reporting an event. Another thing that you want to do when you are live tweeting or live reporting an event is be as descriptive as possible. Describe things, especially if you are not using the camera function of your smartphone or tablet. You'll also want to use quotes and properly attribute. And what I mean by using quotes is if somebody is speaking and it's a press conference, you're going to want to use quotes in your tweets, use quotes in your Facebook updates, and also attribute it to the person who is speaking. So who is saying what you're reporting? You want to include that in there. And this is a lot of just basic reporting skills, but I think a lot of people sometimes they forget that when they're using social media. It's just a reminder to keep doing like what you would normally do in terms of writing a normal article, but you want to do that while you're live tweeting and live reporting. The pound sign there, that's a hashtag symbol. The other thing to keep in mind is you want to use the appropriate hashtag for the event. Some events have hashtags. An example is if you are live tweeting the President's State of the Union address, usually that is noted by the hashtag SOTU, that stands for State of the Union, for example. You could be at a conference and you are live tweeting or live reporting, and that conference might have a particular hashtag, so you will want to include that in your tweets and in your updates so that it is searchable when people search for information that is happening about that particular event. Another thing to do when you are live tweeting or live reporting an event is to amplify the message of your colleagues and supplement that information. So you might see in your Twitter feed, if you are following a particular hashtag, that you have colleagues who are also live tweeting, and they might be typing a little faster than you are, or they might get some information that you did not get. It's always a nice thing to retweet them or reshare that information. Amplify what they're doing, because they might amplify what you're reporting and what you're tweeting as well. And then supplement that information. If you are able, it's a good idea to take a photo if you are live tweeting an event. If you have your laptop and you can pull up some related information or related data to provide more context about the information that you are reporting, you can do that. And that's what I mean by using supplemental information. So you can use a supplemental link or another source if you would like.